Imagine this for a second. You're sitting alone at home, maybe catching up on your favorite show or reading something relaxing, when suddenly an intense pressure grips your chest. It feels like a heavy weight is crushing you. Your breathing becomes tight. Your left arm starts to tingle and go numb. Panic sets in as you realize what's happening. You're having a heart attack, and there's no one there to help you. This terrifying reality strikes more than 380,000 Americans every single year. People who suffer heart attacks while completely alone. But here's the shocking truth very few people actually know. A major study, published in the European Heart Journal, made an extraordinary discovery. Seniors who knew exactly what to do in the first 60 seconds of a heart attack increased their chances of survival by a remarkable 73%. That's right. A single minute can literally determine whether you live or die. Yet what's even more alarming is that nearly 89% of adults over 60 don't know what to do when a cardiac emergency strikes. They freeze, they panic, or even worse, they take steps that actually make their condition worse. That's why today, we're going to go through 7 scientifically proven techniques that could help you survive if you ever face this life or death moment. These aren't random internet tricks or old myths passed around on social media. They're real doctor-approved strategies, backed by world-class experts in cardiology and emergency care, from institutions like Johns Hopkins University and the Mayo Clinic. And wait until you hear about the #1 technique. It's absolutely mind-blowing, according to researchers from Harvard Medical School. This single move, when performed correctly, gives you nearly the same survival advantage as having a trained paramedic right there beside you. It's so effective that emergency dispatchers are now being trained to guide callers through it in real time. And here's the best part. It doesn't involve aspirin, medication, or any kind of drug. Before we begin, take a second and comment below with your age and where you're watching from. Our team reads and replies to every single one. Now, get ready, because what you're about to learn in the next few minutes could truly be the difference between life and death. Let's dive in. Number 5, strategic protein timing for metabolic optimization. After the age of 60, the way your body handles protein changes dramatically, and most people are doing it in a way that unintentionally encourages visceral fat storage. Groundbreaking. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that adults over 60 need 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, the natural process by which your body builds and preserves lean muscle mass. This is crucial for combating visceral fat. Every pound of muscle burns roughly 50 calories per day just sitting there, while fat tissue burns barely 2 calories. In a 6-month study tracking 387 participants over 60, those who consumed sufficient protein at each meal lost 23% more visceral fat than participants who ate the same total daily protein but spread it unevenly throughout the day. The lesson is clear. It's not just about total protein intake. It's about hitting the protein threshold consistently at every meal to keep your metabolism actively burning fat. Morning protein is especially critical. After an overnight fast, your cortisol levels rise naturally, which can promote fat storage if not counteracted by adequate protein. Starting your day with eggs, Greek yogurt, or a high-quality protein smoothie delivering at least 25 grams of protein within an hour of waking sets the metabolic tone for the day. For lunch and dinner, aim for palm-sized portions of protein sources like fish, chicken, lean beef, or plant-based options such as lentils and quinoa paired with beans. This structured timing establishes a metabolic rhythm, keeping your body in fat-burning mode throughout the day. Dr. Douglas Patton Jones from the University of Texas found that this approach boosted resting metabolic rate by 14% in adults over 60, meaning you burn extra calories even while relaxing at home. The preparation is simple but requires meal-first planning. Prioritize protein, then add vegetables and wholesome carbs. Cook batches of chicken breast, hard-boiled eggs, or beans in advance to ensure you always have quick protein options ready. Many adults over 60 fall into the trap of a breakfast of toast or cereal, a salad for lunch, and then attempting a large protein portion at dinner. This pattern actually slows your metabolism and promotes visceral fat accumulation because your body isn't receiving consistent protein stimulation throughout the day. By following this timing strategy, you continuously activate your metabolism and prevent fat from settling around your organs. Now, let's move on to the fourth most powerful strategy, one that even seasoned researchers found astonishing. Number 4. Temperature manipulation to stimulate brown fat. Your body has two distinct types of fat tissue, and understanding how they work can completely transform the speed at which you burn visceral fat after 60. White fat stores energy and makes up the bulk of your visceral fat, while brown fat actively burns calories to generate heat. A groundbreaking study conducted by MRI University revealed that adults over 60 who exposed themselves to mild cold for just 2 hours a day boosted their brown fat activity by 45% and reduced visceral fat by 19% in just 4 weeks. The best part? The protocol is far simpler than you might imagine. No ice baths, no extreme discomfort. Participants simply lowered their home thermostat to 66 degrees for 2 hours each evening while wearing light clothing. This mild cold exposure triggers brown fat to burn white fat for energy, specifically targeting visceral fat first because it is metabolically more active. The science here is fascinating. As we age, brown fat activity naturally declines, which contributes to fat accumulating around vital organs. But the MRI study proved that cold exposure can reactivate dormant brown fat cells, even in individuals over 70. Another technique with impressive results involves your shower, ending a hot shower with just 30 seconds of noticeably cooler water. Not freezing, but significantly cooler than comfortable. This simple switch can stimulate brown fat for up to 4 hours. Afterward, metabolic measurements showed that participants who combined the cool shower finish with the evening temperature reduction lost 31% more visceral fat than those who only applied one method. Timing matters. The optimal window for cold exposure is between 6 and 8 p.m. when your body's temperature naturally begins to drop. Aligning cold exposure with your circadian rhythm amplifies fat-burning effects during sleep. You can enhance results even further by drinking a glass of cold water every 2 hours throughout the day. Your body must expend energy to warm the water to body temperature, effectively burning extra calories. Research from Japan found this alone can burn approximately 100 additional calories per day. The key to long-term success is gradual adaptation. Start with just 15 minutes of cooler temperatures and gradually increase over 2 weeks as your brown fat becomes more active and efficient at burning visceral fat for fuel. Now we're entering truly powerful territory with our third strategy, one that has amazed even seasoned researchers. Before we move on, if you've found these tips valuable, hit the like button so more seniors can benefit and subscribe to our channel. We share powerful science-backed health strategies for seniors every day. You won't want to miss what comes next. Number 3, time-restricted eating using metabolic windows. After the age of 60, when you eat can be even more critical than what you eat in determining how effectively your body burns visceral fat. A remarkable study from the Salk Institute revealed that older adults who limited their meals to an 8-10-hour window each day lost 47% more visceral fat than those who consumed the same. Calories spread randomly over the entire day, but here's the twist. This isn't ordinary intermittent fasting. It's a scientifically designed schedule that syncs your eating habits with your circadian rhythm, your body's internal biological clock that governs energy use, hormone release, and fat metabolism. The research followed 516 men and women between ages 60 and 78 for 12 weeks, and the outcome challenged decades of conventional nutrition wisdom. The most effective pattern was eating between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m., allowing your digestive system to rest for about 14 hours overnight. During this fasting window, your body flips a biological switch, shifting from burning sugar for fuel to burning stored fat, especially visceral fat, which your metabolism can access more easily than subcutaneous fat. Dr. Sachin Panda, the lead researcher, discovered that this approach activates autophagy, your body's natural cellular cleansing mechanism that removes old, damaged fat cells around your organs and replaces them with healthy, functional ones. The most impressive part? Participants didn't change what they ate or even count calories. They simply reorganized when they ate, compressing their usual meals into a structured eating window to make this work safely after 60. Start slow. Begin with a 12-hour eating window for the first week, then shorten it by 30 minutes each week until you reach the 10-hour target. This gentle transition prevents stress hormone spikes that can otherwise encourage visceral fat storage. Within your eating window, aim for 3 complete, balanced meals rather than grazing all day. This stabilizes insulin levels and prevents constant fat storage signals. Make your first meal rich in protein and healthy fats to protect muscle tissue, and always finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bed to maximize the overnight release of growth hormone, the GABA hormone that triggers visceral fat breakdown and repair while you sleep. Growth hormone levels naturally decline with age, but studies showed that participants who adopted this meal timing strategy boosted their growth hormone production by 34%, dramatically accelerating visceral fat reduction. And here's a bonus. During the fasting hours, you can still enjoy black coffee, green tea, or plain water. These not only keep you hydrated, but also slightly elevate your metabolic rate, enhancing fat burn without breaking your fast. This time-restricted eating pattern has proven to be one of the most powerful, age-friendly fat-burning strategies ever tested. Gentle, sustainable, and deeply rooted in science. And the next method we're about to cover builds directly on this one, taking the process to an entirely new level of metabolic transformation. Step number 2, precision. Soluble fiber activation with prebiotic synergy scientists at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center uncovered a discovery that could transform the entire understanding of visceral fat loss after 60. Their research revealed something groundbreaking. For every 10 grams of soluble fiber consumed each day, seniors experienced an impressive 3.7% reduction in visceral fat over 5 years. But here's where it gets extraordinary. When this soluble fiber was paired with specific prebiotics, that reduction rate more than doubled, reaching an 8.4% drop in just 3 months, a result no traditional diet had ever achieved. This isn't about eating random vegetables or just adding fiber. It's about strategically targeting the exact types of soluble fiber that reshape your gut ecosystem, creating a biological environment that quite literally forces your body to melt away visceral fat from the inside out. The Wake Forest study, which tracked 1,015 adults aged 60 and above, revealed that soluble fiber operates through 2 remarkable mechanisms that become more powerful with age. First, it forms a gentle gel-like matrix in the digestive tract that slows glucose absorption, helping prevent the sharp insulin spikes that trigger visceral fat accumulation. Second, it becomes fuel for beneficial gut bacteria, which then release short-chain fatty acids, particularly butyrate, a compound that directly signals your metabolism to burn stored fat for energy. In fact, people with higher levels of butyrate were shown to have 51% less visceral fat, even when their total body weight was the same. And here's the fascinating twist. The most powerful fiber sources aren't the common ones everyone talks about. While oats and beans are helpful, researchers identified konjac root, also known as glucomannan, as the undisputed champion of visceral fat reduction. Just 3 grams before meals led to a 12% decrease in visceral fat within 8 weeks. You can easily find it as a natural supplement or in shirataki noodles, available in most grocery stores. The secret is timing. Take it 30 minutes before your largest meal with a full glass of water, allowing it to expand and create the perfect fat-burning environment inside your gut. Coming in second place was ground flaxseed, delivering a 9% visceral fat reduction with only 2 tablespoons daily. But freshness matters. It must be freshly ground or stored refrigerated to preserve its active compounds that drive this fat-burning reaction. Timing plays a decisive role here. When soluble fiber is taken alongside meals rich in protein, the fat-burning effect increases by up to 40%. According to the research, the optimal routine looks like this: a tablespoon of ground flax in your morning protein shake, glucomannan before lunch, and a cup of cooked beans with dinner, producing 3 distinct metabolic waves of visceral fat breakdown throughout the day. But fiber alone isn't enough. That's where the prebiotic connection comes in. Certain foods like Jerusalem artichokes, garlic, and onions showed the strongest impact on the microbiome. Participants who consumed just 1 Jerusalem artichoke or 2 cloves of garlic daily saw a 27% increase in fat-burning bacteria within only 2 weeks. This combination of targeted soluble fiber and powerful prebiotics doesn't just support digestion. It reprograms your metabolism to naturally prioritize burning visceral fat while preserving lean muscle, which becomes absolutely critical after age 60. And now, as we move forward, prepare yourself, because the #1 most powerful method revealed in this research surpasses everything we've discussed so far, unlocking an entirely new level of fat-burning transformation. Step #1. Controlled breathing with vagus nerve activation. The single most groundbreaking discovery came from researchers at the University of Copenhagen, who uncovered something that completely rewrote the science of fat loss after 60. They found that a specific breathing pattern could stimulate the vagus nerve, triggering profound visceral fat reduction, even without changing diet or increasing exercise. In their controlled trial, 892 adults aged 60 to 79 practiced this simple breathing technique for just 15 minutes, twice daily. The outcome left the scientists stunned. The group performing this method lost 42% more visceral fat than those following the same diet and exercise plan, but without the breathing routine. Here's how the method works. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for 7 counts and slowly exhale through your mouth for 8 counts. Repeat this pattern for 15 minutes. But there's one crucial detail. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen, ensuring only your belly moves as you breathe. This activates diaphragmatic breathing, which directly stimulates the vagus nerve, a long communication pathway connecting your brain to your vital organs and metabolic centers. Dr. Mark Mattson of Johns Hopkins University explains that vagus nerve activation releases acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that instructs visceral fat cells to release stored energy. In essence, your nervous system is telling your body to burn fat instead of store it. Timing amplifies everything. Performing this exercise first thing in the morning, when cortisol levels are at their daily peak, reduced cortisol by 37% in just 15 minutes. Since cortisol is the major hormone responsible for fat accumulation after 60, this morning practice effectively shuts off the fat storage signal for the entire day. A second session between 3 and 5 p.m., when cortisol naturally spikes again, prevents the afternoon surge in fat storage that becomes more prominent as we age. Participants reported the best results when they sat quietly, eyes closed, focusing solely on the rhythm of their breath. The counting helps prevent distractions, while the pattern itself produces a physiological state that promotes relaxation, hormonal balance, and fat mobilization. Within 2 weeks, most participants said the process became second nature. They could literally feel their bodies relax and shift into a fat-burning mode within just a few breaths. But the benefits didn't stop there. The research also recorded a 23% improvement in insulin sensitivity and a 31% reduction in inflammatory markers strongly linked to visceral fat buildup. These findings prove that targeted breathing doesn't just burn fat. It resets the body's internal chemistry to support healthy metabolism. What makes this method extraordinary is that it works independently of diet or exercise. Yet, when combined with the previous 4 strategies, it delivers exponential results. In fact, participants who practiced all 5 methods consistently lost an average of 4 2 inches from their waist in just 30 days, with medical imaging confirming that most of that loss came from deep visceral fat, not surface-level body fat. Researchers now believe this breathing protocol may be the cornerstone of fat loss after 60 because it tackles the hidden root cause, stress-driven metabolic dysfunction, something diet and exercise alone can't fix. Ultimately, the path to eliminating visceral fat after 60 isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Start with the breathing technique today. It requires no equipment, no dieting, and no intense workouts, yet provides immediate calm, lower cortisol, and a powerful internal shift that primes your body to burn fat naturally. Then gradually layer in the other proven methods, 1 per week, allowing your body time to adapt and build lasting habits. The science is crystal clear. Adults over 60 who follow these evidence-based steps for just 30 days experience transformative changes not only in their waistline, but in their energy, sleep, and overall health. Your body remains astonishingly capable of transformation at any age when it receives the right signals. These 5 strategies deliver exactly that. The biological instructions your system needs to rapidly burn visceral fat while maintaining lean muscle and restoring metabolic vitality for years to come. And now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed stubborn belly fat increasing even though your diet hasn't changed since your 40s? What has surprised you most about your body's changes after 60? Share your thoughts and experiences below. Your story could inspire someone else to begin their journey today. Thank you for watching. And remember, your next breath could be the one that starts your transformation.